Today's episode, there's just the two of us, and we have to catch up 2 weeks worth of stuff because whoops.
Yeah. We'll tell you about the games we've played, and we've also got news on Pandemic Online.
And a lot more, so stick with us, and we're going to hop right into it. Hey guys, I'm Dan.
I'm Spencer.
And this is the Board Game Rundown, and today we're going to talk about games we played, news, crowdfunding, not Kickstarter, like Tim always says, just crowdfunding.
And that's
even though mine's a Kickstarter.
Mine might be too. I don't know.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Because our new format, which I know we've been saying that for like 3 videos now, we just need to stop because you guys know the new format now, but whatever, it gives us something to say.
And we apologize. We had technical difficulties last week. So this is going to be kind of a short and long combined weird version. We've got all the information from last week.
That sentence was a weird short and long combined one.
All the information from last week, but with only 2 hosts.
Well, definitely not all the information
not all
from
the
last week. So as you can tell, I don't have my book today because this is like an impromptu rundown because the other one was accidentally, it's gone. And Tim and Bob aren't here yet, so we're just filming one. So let's go into games we played. Oh, you know what? But first,
we need to click the bell and the subscribe. And I got to be Bob.
I know
now.
Bob does
my
that.
Gosh, I never remember what he says. Yeah, tell all your friends about us. Check out all the other stations, our channels, our sister channels. Mm-hmm. Check out our Discord.
It's all in the
like
description.
Yeah,
it's all in the description. If you liked us, like us. If you didn't, hey man, that's life.
Go tell people that you like us.
Not everyone is for everyone, It's fine. So let's go into games we played.
All right.
Now I believe we can start in the same spot.
I believe we can. Yes.
Okay. So we played and taught some new players as well.
Yes, we did.
Wolves of Mercia, which we talk about a lot on the show. We tend to like this game. Bob and Tim also played with us, as well as 2 new players. And they actually wound up winning in a joint victory. I was so happy.
It was so weird.
Like, just seeing the 2 new players kind of stumble into a victory, and Tim King made a little bit too.
He did.
But still, it was nice though, because like, trust me, I was on the cusp of winning, and if
we were both on the cusp of winning.
And if Tim hadn't done what he did, I think we would have. Well, I think Caleb and I stood a chance of doing the overall victory.
No, what was going to happen was if Tim didn't do exactly what he did, and if Caleb didn't do exactly what he did, I would have won. Every other scenario had me winning.
Right.
But those 2 things happened.
Right.
And
Tim did what he did, and if he hadn't, Caleb probably would have done what he had done.
And then we would have thought that Caleb won, but the 2 new players had like a trick up their sleeve, didn't they? At the last moment, they pulled out a victory.
Well, the one was the ghost.
Yeah.
That was helping. I literally can't remember. This was 2 weeks ago.
It was a while ago.
Because we missed the rundown.
It was a fun game. If you haven't played the game, you should. It's a party game.
Yeah, party, social deduction game in the vein of Werewolf, but we think better.
The 2 roles, daytime and nighttime.
Yep, no player elimination. Well, technically there is some late game, but like you're probably not going to get there.
And even if you get eliminated in the beginning, you become a ghost and you get your own super new powers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone has a power too. No villager roles in this one. So
that's true.
Just Wolves of Mercia, check it out. It's super cheap. The shipping time last time I saw it was super fast. And it's fantastic.
It's a great game.
Next, I played for the first time. Tim and Spencer here actually taught me Mechs vs. Minions. So
I love that game. So it's a game in the League of Legends world, but you do not have to ever seen or played or know anything about League of Legends to really enjoy this game. I have played League of Legends twice, and then it would no longer run on my computer. But I have played Mechs vs. Minions like 5 or 6 times now, and I love it. I would love to get past the 3rd scenario at some point.
Wait, there's more than 3?
There's more than 3? I'm not certain I've ever played the first scenario. We usually start on scenario 2 because the first one's apparently really simple, easy like introduction.
A tutorial,
yeah. No, it's a great game. It's a co-op game. It's a computer programming game. So you're programming your movement and your attacks at the same time. And you have all these little minions coming at you, and you're trying to stop them. In our particular scenario, we were trying to stop them from getting to our base while we were trying to grab these crystals and bring them back in.
Yeah, and there were things that were causing them to spawn like crazy.
Oh yeah, every round they spawn but after you get a crystal, more of them are spawning. Each crystal you get makes it harder in future rounds. And we were like completely overwhelmed. And then Tim takes some damage. And when you take damage, your rundown of what you have, your programming could mess up. It could say this one and this one switch or things like that. But his was when this one hits, you like go in a random direction for like 6 moves, and it just happened to put him exactly where we needed him.
Right.
It was fantastic.
And then there was the time where he got in my way, so I just pushed him out of my way, which healed him at the same time because of that one ability. So that was sick too. But yeah, this was my first like official programming game. Like I've played as the Birds and Root before, and they're programming, and I've done some light programming, but this was like the first time I played a game that was just programming. The fact that it was cooperative programming was really interesting.
I've played Robo Rally, which is non-cooperative programming, but I like this one a lot more.
Cool. Okay, I will be reviewing it soon, and I enjoyed it. Spoiler alert: it was very good.
Yes. And just out of the box, the pieces look great.
It's one of the best productions you'll ever see. And when it first came out, I want to say it was around the $80 mark or something.
Gosh, it's so worth the money.
It's a steal. I don't know if it's still around that, but it is the best production I've ever seen for a game, especially at that price point.
I'm tempted to just buy it, even though Tim has it, so I can just play it with my family.
Yeah. Is this next for you?
Yes.
Take it away.
We then played a game called Rolling Realms. This is a Stonemaier game about Stonemaier games.
I love it.
Yeah,
Meta.
It's so great.
I love it.
Every card in the game gives you it's like a point style game. You have a new way of getting points. But the way of getting points is related to the board game that it's claiming on it. So it could be Scythe. It could be Tapestry.
Right, so like in the Tapestry one, you're like doing the little Sudoku side village thing that you're doing in Tapestry.
Between 2 cities, and you have between 2 castles.
Like in between 2 castles, you're building up a building kind of thing.
And the other one was it scores points based off of the 2 other...
Right, between 2 cities, yeah.
Between cities.
You get as many points as whatever your lower one of the 2 is, which is exactly how the scoring in between 2 cities works. Now, we should point out, Rolling Realms is very light. So when we're saying that the Castle of Mad King Ludwig or whatever, not that one, but whatever the...
Between 2 castles?
I can't remember what we were talking about. But so when we say the Tapestry, it is cool that it's kind of themed like Tapestry, but it is a very light... roll and write version of those games. But yeah, you play 3 rounds. Each round has 3 Stonemaier games that you're playing, and you're getting stars and managing your resources. And
the thing I love about it is that one person rolls the dice, and everybody uses that roll.
Right, so however they want.
They want. But that means everyone is getting exactly the same resources on exactly the same cards, and it comes down purely to skill. The only luck involved is what's rolled, but that's not what's going to win you the game. Your skill is what wins you the game compared to the other people.
Right, and what decision you make when.
What decision you make when.
Exactly, which sometimes isn't skill. Sometimes you just luck
a little bit
into
of
it
luck,
a little bit, right?
But later rolls could help or hurt. But that was a really fun game. I liked it.
Yeah, I don't love roll and writes, and this one was very light. I tend to when I play roll and writes, I like them to be a little heavier. But I love Stonemaier games, and not only him making a meta thing, but then also having it thematic when he didn't have to. And then also we talked about this opens up an amazing promo pack idea for all of his future games. So he's making Libertalia is one of his upcoming games. Have a Libertalia promo card in there for Rolling Realms. That is a genius idea. And then it gets people collecting all these promo cards for Rolling Realms. They're like, what is Rolling Realms? I got to buy this game.
Exactly.
Yeah,
or you have Rolling Realms and you're like, well, now I need to get that one. I got to go buy Libertalia.
Well, you could find just the card online somewhere. I'm just saying. But I spend $50 on a game for one card.
Well, you might like the game too.
yeah, they're good. But yeah, that's Rolling Realms. We have a review for that one up there, and check it out. Next was Bob's game he brought to the table of Phantom Inc.
That was so crazy.
So Phantom Inc. is a party deduction game where you have 2 teams where each team has a spirit, and the spirit has a word. The 2 spirits on the 2 teams agree on a word, and they're trying to get their other team to guess that word.
Yeah, I like how both teams have a medium and a spirit, but the two spirits have to agree on a word. So even though they're on opposite teams, they're still kind of in collusion.
Sure. Oh, yeah, sure. I can see
Yeah.
what you're saying. Because, like, I kind of equate it to, like, code names, where the two spies see the same sheet and they know each other's team's words, so they can give clues that hint towards each other's words, stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? But, like, but it's different in this one, like you're saying, because there is this camaraderie between the two spirits of, like, you show each other your cards, because so you give out clues by giving cards. The person gives you 2 cards, and you choose which one you're going to answer, basically, so that the other team doesn't know what you're answering. But you can kind of show the other spirits and be like, oh, we're doing this one, and the other spirit's like, ooh, that's a good card.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
and then the other spirits watching you give the clue and going
right.
the whole time. And you give the answer as the spirit by writing out the letter of the word one at a time, W. O. And at any point, the medium can be like, stop. Shh. Yeah. Shh. And I have to stop. And so he thinks he knows because he's the only one who knows the answer.
Right, I know
to
the question.
that
so
I'm
I can
answering.
equate those letters
Yeah.
to the question that I was asking, to where the other team just sees WO. They don't know the question that was asked. So they just have to run through all the, it could be wood, it could be world, it could be wow.
It doesn't
so
have to
many
be one
things.
word. It could be a phrase, but
It could be,
I'd be
yeah.
very surprised if you make it past.
Yeah, I don't know if we
word.
ever really
No.
did that.
We didn't make it past the word.
But yeah, I mean, again, review, but
It's fun.
I think we all highly recommend it.
Yes,
Phantom
and I
Inc.
love word games. So
Yeah, we go more in depth in the review of how it plays, and you'll actually see it set up and everything. But really cool word game. You're right. And then the last thing, well, there's 2 left technically because of today.
This is true.
But the last thing that I have, because you did not, but no, you did play. We both played Ascension.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did both play Ascension.
So we both played Ascension: Curse of the Golden Isles. I had played original Ascension once before.
This was the first time I'd ever played any Ascension game at all.
Right, but you probably have played like Dominion and
I've
stuff
played
like
Dominion
that.
and
So
card builders. I played deck builders.
right. So Ascension is at least normal base game Ascension is a pretty simple deck building game. There's nothing too crazy about it. I mean, it's not just like Dominion and stuff, because it's not just a set pool of cards like what Arctic Scavengers and Dominion has. There is a rotating market in Ascension, and it has interesting. I don't know what you'd call it, like guild mechanics. I don't know what you'd call it, to where you build up, like, I can't remember what they're called right now, but let's say one's called like Lawbringer
or Lifebound.
Lifebound. Yeah, he was building up a lot of groups that I wasn't. So yeah, Lifebound. So Lifebound cards will proc off of each other a lot, and so I mean that's not super original. A lot of games do that. Even Dune Imperium has some of that in it. But Ascension does have that, and it's pretty interesting. And then this one, the one we are actually talking about, really took it up to the next level.
Oh yeah, the pirate theme was so good.
Yeah, so not only did the pirate theme just really fit and really work, and there was like a ghost pirate. And again, the takeaway for me though, they're spatial.
Yeah.
The fact that you're actually moving your ship around the board, and there are bonuses to buying cards that your ship is actually like anchored at and everything.
Yeah.
And like, it was really good. It's up there for me. I'm not kidding. A pure deck builder. Like, Dune Imperium still blows it out of the water. But, like, if I'm talking about, like, Arctic Scavengers, Dominion, Ascension, like, this is up there with ICP for me as one of my favorite pure deck builders I've played.
That one.
ICP, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Bob finally has it, I think. I don't know if he's opened it, because I don't know if he's using it as a collector's piece. But
also, the artwork on it is fantastic. And you have all these constructs. I don't know if this is in the original game or not.
There are, but I don't know fully how they work. But yeah.
I just love that you can make a set of things that get destroyed as people are playing different cards and fighting the monsters. And
yeah, it has an interesting
like
world building thing where you're moving your ship out there, but the constructs he's talking about are basically you city building in front of you. Like, you're building these different buildings and constructs. They give you permanent bonuses, but people can raid and destroy them. In this game, raid means something else, but I mean the actual definition of raid, of just like coming in and destroying your constructs and everything.
And you do have this raid mechanism where if you're on the same spot as someone else, you can actually raid their ship and take their bonus points or their wild cards,
their
steering
hidden
wheel
treasure is what.
Oh, the hidden treasure.
Yeah, you take your hidden treasure. The ghost pirate
takes
your steering wheel, which is a wild resource in the game.
So yeah, it's a fun game. I quite enjoyed it.
Fantastic.
And do we have a review of that one?
No. Once everyone has played it fully and stuff, we'll probably get one out, because we seem to all enjoy it.
Yeah.
Did you have any others to mention other than the one today?
I have a couple.
Okay.
They're nothing major, because this was absolutely terrible week for me to play games. But I did get to play Omega Virus with my daughter.
Oh, nice. You suck.
And my son, he's 5, but he just loves moving the thing around and pushing the buttons and having it go, "You human scum," and then he would do it in his cute little 5-year-old voice.
Oh, 5-year-old saying "you human scum."
It is so great. Omega Virus, and just a couple of classic games, Connect 4 and stuff like that.
Sure.
It's about all I could pull out this week. But we do have one more real game that we played.
Take it away.
We played Cryptid. Cryptid is a spatial game. Actually, we do have a review of it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's up yet, but it'll be up very soon if it's not.
It's a spatial social deduction not social deduction, deduction game where you're trying to figure out on this grid of hexes which one hex is the one that everyone's secret clues match up. And there's only one on the entire board that will match everyone's secret clue. And so I know what my clue is, and I can ask questions to try to figure out what their clues are. And they'll either put down a little circle that says, yes, my clues would say that this is a good spot for the cryptid to be, or a little cube which says, no, the cryptid cannot be here. And then I have to be like, oh, well, then I have to give you some information and put out a cube of my own. It was fun. It was light, and I enjoyed it. I'd like to play it again.
Yeah. This used to be a staple of game night with my family, and I think it's a fantastic little deduction game. Now, it's a little lighter, especially playing the easy mode again.
A little bit.
Difficulty mode does jump it up for sure.
You could have problem with someone with analysis paralysis, especially
That's
if
true.
It's later, the more difficult ones and more players.
That's true. More players is definitely, there's a lot of clues you're bouncing around, lots of yeses and nos of each player that you're trying to figure out everyone's clues.
Have a pad of paper.
Yeah, probably. If you're that bad at analysis paralysis, have a pad of paper. Otherwise, if you're not that bad, just suck it
I
up.
wasn't that bad this time. I wasn't any worse than anybody else.
I mean, it's still, it only took us like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But that's it, I think.
Yeah,
that's all we have.
Pretty much all we've played. Yeah.
There's going to be another video coming out this week of just Tim and Bob talk about games they've played because they went to a little family retreat, and they're going to have a whole list of games for you guys. So that was just the ones that we were able to play over the last 2 weeks. Their list is going to be huge. Good luck. That's going to be like an hour-long video of just Bob and Tim talking. So.
Yeah, so you'll enjoy it, I'm sure, but we won't be there. So, no, you won't enjoy it at all.
Any time away from them. Okay, so we're going to go into news.
Yes,
and
news.
So I have one thing I'm going to talk about. You have a couple things. But before we go into that, I'm just going to hit up the Discord. I pulled up the Discord here. So some stuff that people want us to talk about. So first of all, I feel bad we missed this one because of the mess up in our recording schedule. But Mind Management did have a super successful campaign on Kickstarter for their expansion set for Mind Management. I already said that. But we are big fans. I don't think it's here. Tim has his. But we are big fans of Mind Management here, and it was really cool to see them. I was actually in their Facebook just because I was sitting on my computer and I saw it pop up. I was in their Facebook live stream when it ended, and they were answering questions and stuff. And that was really cool. But yeah, just congratulations. I'm sorry that we missed. Maybe there will be a late backer, thing for it. I don't know.
They usually have those.
But congratulations, and you guys, if you guys like Mind Management for more videos, definitely check out those expansions that they had on there.
Yeah.
And then I actually don't know what this one is. I'm gonna click on this link and open it.
You want to?
Yeah. No, someone shared Astro Knights.
Oh, Astronauts. Not heard of this one.
Oh, you know what?
Is this a Kickstarter?
This is a Kickstarter, so this would
We'll
be
run
more
that one
for
down a little
it
later.
was under board game news. Guys, not the right tab on the Discord. Hello. So yeah, this one only has 4 days left, unfortunately. But you guys did want us to look at and talk about Astro Knights. We just missed our chance because of our scheduling. But hey, it happens. It's fine. What you gonna do?
Well, I've got a couple of things. Well, 3, I think. One of them, I think it's still active. Mythwind is a game that was just out on Kickstarter, and they have opened their late pledge backers. And go check it out. It looks like it's a pretty fun game, asymmetric. I don't have it in front of me right now, so I can't give you much more information.
Mythwind,
but the art looked fantastic. I remember being very impressed with what I did see with the playthrough I watched. So go look it out. No, look it up. Check it out. Likewise, Pandemic. Have you heard of this one?
I've heard of Pandemic.
Yeah,
yes,
good.
It's very famous.
Very famous. Well, have you heard of Pandemic going digital?
Oh, yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
it's
actually think
now-
we did mention this last time.
Did we?
With the recording mess up. I don't think
No,
we did.
I don't
so,
think we did.
Yeah, new news.
New news. Pandemic has been removed from the digital stratosphere. It is no longer available on the Google Play, on the Apple Store, or on Steam. And they're also going to continue through the next month or two, removing it from every other online platform they can think of. And they don't know why.
I've heard rumors.
There are rumors.
Who makes Pandemic? I literally can't remember.
Now that you're mentioning,
so
I
famous.
can't remember.
Yeah, and I can't think.
Uh,
Anyway.
Their company was just bought out.
Huh?
Oh, you're right. There's a Pandemic here, but that's
Whatever.
who made Pandemic. Their company was bought out.
Right. So the rumor that I've heard, pure speculation here, but isn't speculation fun, is that the company that made Pandemic or whatever, published Pandemic, bought Board Game Arena.
Oh, is that how it worked?
From what this is
Okay,
just stuff I've
okay.
heard. So the speculation is they're taking it off of everything else to make it only available on Board Game Arena. Asmodee, was that it?
That sounds about right.
I don't know, man. I literally can't remember. It's like the most famous
Yeah.
board game that's ever existed, and I can't
pretty
remember
much.
it right
Yeah,
now.
of course, we're strong and blank.
Z-Man Games.
Z-Man Games.
We have the special edition right here.
Oh my goodness!
So Matt Leacock's Z-Man Games. There you go. Yeah, you haven't
I've
seen this?
never seen that.
This is
Oh,
insane.
that is crazy. I kind of want to play that.
Anyway, I don't know who exactly bought it. Those are speculations. Could be 100% false, but rumors are fun. So yeah. Anyway, that was interesting. Big news.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people like to poo-poo Pandemic because it's older, and there are a lot of games that have done a better job. But it is still a good game. It's still a staple, and online makes it a lot easier. And now it's no longer available online.
I have to assume, right, because I haven't actually looked into this, that because it wasn't free. Pandemic wasn't free. So I have to assume that everyone who already owns it can keep playing it, no problems. The servers are still running. Like, I have to assume that.
I hope so.
Because it wasn't free, yeah. So they
Dropping
need to...
the servers would be...
Yeah, they need to support the
Rude.
people that paid for the game, I guess, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying. But anyway, my bit of news here that I've actually mentioned for the last couple weeks, I guess, but last week's, the recording failed, and then before that we didn't have a lot of information on it or whatever, but Libertalia
Yes.
has been officially announced by Stonemaier Games. Winds of Gale Crest. It seems to be a more, I don't know, because like art-wise, it's clearly like a family-friendly, family-weight, lighter version of the game.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that actually goes into mechanics yet. It seems pretty similar mechanic-wise, just streamlined.
Yeah,
so,
I was going to say, it sounded to me like it was almost just a not
Mm-hmm.
a reskin, but a rebirth of the game.
right.
So,
But so it is 1 to 6 players, 45 to 60 minutes. That's probably about right. I have played Libertalia original before. People love this game. It's a classic. Didn't really do it for me. It's not like I hated it, but like I just didn't understand it's definitely not an evergreen that I think some people treat it as, just in my opinion. I do find it funny that I have BGG pulled up here, and it says 1 to 6 players, but then it says the community says it's good at 1 or 3 to 6 players. So the community
Not
says
2.
just don't play this at 2. I find that very funny.
one player, does it have an Atoma on there? Or
Well, I know the new one does for sure, yeah, because that's like a Stonemaier thing.
Yeah.
They do Automa Factory or whatever.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
But yeah, so Libertalia Winds of Gale Crest is coming out, I think it's Q2 of this year. It's pretty soon, and that's how Stonemaier works. They on their website, you can actually see code words of all their games coming up for like the next 2 years or something. And then when they officially announce it, it's pretty close to coming out. Like that's usually how he does it. But yeah, so if you're a fan of Libertalia, not only is it getting a reprint, but it's getting a reprint from Stonemaier, which I have a weakness for Stonemaier. I do.
yeah, me too. I like Stonemaier games.
Yeah. Was that it, sir?
I have one more piece
Oh
of news.
my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Ravensburger
Oh yeah.
is having their Game Inventor Days.
Oh well, we have 2 then, but continue.
Well, there is another one.
There's another
yes.
one with Ravensburger, yeah.
Yes, there is another one. Ravensburger Game Inventor Days. The actual event is March 11th to 12th, but you have to apply. The applications are open right now until March 3rd. So if you have ideas about games, you got to apply. Check it out. I would, but I honestly don't have the time.
Yeah. So that's interesting that you bring that up because that instantly reminded me of, again, I don't have my book because this is impromptu. But that reminded me that Ravensburger, that was a huge bit of news last week, that Ravensburger has invested in GameFound.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
they
invested in GameFound, which was like a lot of people.
Not a small chunk.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
no,
oh.
they put quite a bit of money into that and seem to be partnering with GameFound. And I can't remember what it's called now. The press release that they gave said something along the lines of, we have many designers designing many games that we just do not have the time and money to come out with a bunch every year and stuff. So partnering with GameFound is a way for them, or investing in GameFound is a way for them to release more games per year. That's kind of what they're going for here, and that's exciting. You know, Ravensburger, they make good games. So I mean, obviously they're not all good, because that would be insane if a company made only good games ever.
I don't know, like Wigan Ropes.
Well,
there's that one it's good.
I'm just saying, a lot of people have like Awakened Realms is divisive, is what I'm saying, right?
Okay,
Not a lot of people are like, they're okay. People are either like, they're the best games ever made, or people are like, I wouldn't touch them with a 6-foot chisel, right? Yeah, so huge GameFound news there. That's really cool for the industry. Awesome. So we're going to move into crowdfunding.
Yes.
And we don't have too much here. Actually, he has quite a bit, I guess.
I've got 3, but 2 of them are old.
I have the game that I talked about in the last episode, but I don't have all the notes I took, so I'm literally just on the Kickstarter page here, and I'll be kind of riffing like Tim usually does with his Kickstarter on his phone. I like to write mine physically.
Yeah. So here, I'll do a couple of them.
Yeah, sure.
So from last week, which we didn't get to do, this one is called Open Relationships. It's available until February 25th. Mm-hmm. So, go check it out now.
Right, because this is made by the comedy guy.
Yeah, by Puns of Anarchy and Charty Party and Ransom Notes, which are all just fun party games that can sometimes get a little bit rude. This one is all about Venn diagrams. Oh, how could that be fun? Well, what is similar between strippers and cats?
Right.
And
why would you give the same?
Because
you've had a week to come up with a better example.
I have a better example in the middle. It could be, it'll have the middle, it'll have a card that everyone puts down, and it'll say blank and then an adjective. And this one, extremely hairy or surprisingly hairy, or you can write out, because it's just got a little
is your fetish coming out right
Absolutely,
now? What's happening? Yeah. I don't understand. What your examples are terrible.
Okay, so it'll be presidents.
You're making me hate this game. Ooh, presidents.
Yeah, presidents.
Okay. I'm liking the game.
A kaiju.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, whatever things you want to put in there. There's all the cards. But the idea is you've got 4 of them out, and you're going to be putting relationships between them, between each of the 4 cards, and then voting on which one's the best. So obviously, it's just a judge mechanic game, and who cares who wins? It's fun.
Right, exactly. A lot of people I know have problems with judge mechanic games because they feel like the most popular person wins and stuff like that, right? Or if you're a quieter person, you'll never win and stuff. And that is true, but also when you have a judge game that's a party game, if you're caring about winning, then the issues aren't with the game.
Yeah.
Right? That's all I'm saying. So
and I've found that when you're writing on a little card part of the answer and putting it down, the quiet people can sometimes be quite good.
Sure, yeah. They always say that the shy ones are like the crudest or whatever, right? They just don't speak up their thoughts.
So that one is 3 to 6 players. It's $33, so it's not going to break the bank. And there's also a party mode that's 7 or more players. I wasn't able to look into that, but it looks interesting. Another one that's just kind of in the same vein of somewhat party games is by Matt Inman, who is the Oatmeal, and he did Exploding Kittens and all of its things, and the Burrito Toss, I believe it's
Throw Burrito.
Throw Burrito, yeah. This one is called Hand to Hand.
I had
Wombat.
to correct him the exact same way last time we recorded this.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
Hand to Hand Wombat, and don't ask.
That's
why the
right.
wombat.
Oh God.
It's Hand to Hand Wombat because he decided to draw wombats.
Because it rhymes with combat.
Exactly.
That's why. Let's be honest.
You have till March 3rd, so there is a little bit of time. It's a 3 to 6 player. There are going to be 2 teams, and it's kind of like that tower stacking game where you have to be able to stack them. The large ones can go on the bottom. Only smaller ones can go on top. You can't put a larger one on top. This is the gist that I'm getting out of it. but you're on two teams randomly chosen. One is going to be the good team and one's the bad team. And you are blindfolded. And you're trying to put them together. Obviously, you can't see each other. And the bad person is trying to take them apart and stop you from putting them together. And then you unblindfold, and everyone, Jacques! And you kick someone out, and then you keep going, and eventually... See, my understanding is you don't necessarily win if you kick out the bad team, because you do still have to make
Right, you still have to stack them, right.
It looks like a fun little game.
It just makes it slightly easier.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it looks like it's a fun little game. It's only $22. So, yeah, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, their last Kickstarters have all been very successful, so there's no reason to think this one's not going to be wildly successful as well.
Sure. Yep. People like that stuff. Mine is completely out of character, I know, because it's based on a video game. I've never played a video game in my life. I don't know what this. So you're saying you can combine games with a television set?
No.
Is that what you're saying? Anyway, so a friend of mine showed me Deep Rock Galactic, and it looks fantastic. I wish I could try the video game. I know it was the free game on PlayStation like a month ago or something. It was like the game of January or game of December or something like that.
Now I feel bad. My basement's destroyed. My PlayStation's down there, and I haven't been able to turn it on in like 2 months.
Oh, sure.
So, darn it.
Yep. But it looks really fun. It's a cooperative game where you are kind of like I don't know if you're actually dwarven, but you kind of look like these like dwarven miners with all these gear, and you're going around and you're mining for materials and getting resources, but then also fighting off the creatures that live in the caves and stuff. It looks like a really fun game. I don't know too much about it, but anyway, the Kickstarter is by Mood and has until March 3rd, so you'll have a good like 5-6 days when you see this video probably to get it out. But it is 1 to 4 players, plays in an hour to, it's a weird 150 minutes. Most people don't say that, but yeah, 60 to 150 minutes. And let's see, it says, pack your gear, grab your teammates, and venture into the darkest caves for riches while fighting the dangerous glyphids waiting around every corner. And yeah, we'll try to have some pictures up since we don't have as much information as we normally do on these, but it looks really cool. Obviously fantastic miniatures, but whatever. The one thing that I really like is in the normal game version, I believe, in the standard edition pledge, your character pieces are still really nice miniatures.
Oh, that's nice.
But all the enemies, because there's a lot of enemies, become standees. So it lowers the price dramatically while still having the player pieces be nice miniatures for people. So that's really cool. But yeah, you're going around, you're discovering a cave. It looks like it has like a hex tile-based discovery system. And you're discovering and gaining resources. There's a list somewhere of the actions you take, and I wish I had them here because I had them written down last time. But you play as, so it says dwarves. I was right. You play as the scout, the engineer, the gunner, or the driller. And then out of the bad guys, you have grunts, spitball infectors, oppressors, praetorians, web spitters, exploders, Mactera, slasher, and brood nexus. It seems kind of Left 4 Dead-ish. Again, a video game I've never heard of or played, but somehow I know that reference to make. Oh, that's the other thing I want to say that I remember now. It's made by the designer. It's designed by the guy who did Champions of Midgard, which is a game that I love. Now, this isn't a worker placement game, but it does seem to have his dice mechanic system in Champions, where you're rolling and to do your damage, and that's how you do it. So this has similar looking dice, and the combat seems to be dice based on that. But yeah, looks really good. I'll try to. I don't have a lot of time, but I'll try to have links to these Kickstarters in the description, since we don't have as much information as we normally do on them. But if you're interested in Deep Rock Galactic as a video game, or as what I said, just a cooperative dungeon delving game, maybe check that one out.
Yeah, I only have one more, and I didn't have a chance to really look into this one deeply. It's called Mythic Mayhem Forge of Heroes. This one's till March 2nd. This is a card game. It claims it's 2 to 20 players.
Wow. What are you doing in the game?
It's kind of Magic the Gathering that's been simplified.
Okay.
So if you are interested in Magic the Gathering, or if Magic the Gathering is too expensive for you, this game is all-inclusive. It's 250 card deck, but you're sharing it between everyone.
Okay.
87 unique different cards in it, and the hero cards can be holographic, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, sure, as like an upgrade thing. You're saying?
Yeah, I believe so. And there are a couple of Kickstarter exclusive cards as well.
Of course.
There's one, I believe, it's not only a Kickstarter exclusive card, but if you have the card and you bring it to their event, which is in California, I think Orange County, you can like get something really cool and special. So check it out. This is, it's just like Magic the Gathering where everyone starts off with 20 hit points and you're trying to bash each other in the face with spells and things. Though it does look much simpler. You can either play a card, and it doesn't look like there's a cost. You play a card. Or you can draw a card, or you can discard a card and then draw 2 cards. The difference in this one is that there's an instant mechanic in Magic where an instant card can be played at any moment. Well, in this one, instant cards have to be played the moment you draw them, and they're not always good.
Interesting.
So one of the instant cards says, like, you must heal an opponent 3 points and you take 2 damage.
Interesting.
So the game's trying to kill you too.
Right. Okay, I'd be interested in what the theming of the world is here. Like, we're all mages and we're messing with spells, and that's why sometimes they backfire, stuff like that. I'd be interested in
we're some kind of heroes. And it looked interesting. If you're interested in that kind of game, check it out. It is $25 for the base, and that's pretty much it. You can spend an extra $25 and get a playmat for it, but that's it.
That's always interesting when the playmat is the same price as the entire game.
Yeah, I
know. Speaking of, I forgot to mention that for mine, so jumping back to Deep Rock Galactic for a second here, the standard edition is $74, and the deluxe edition, which obviously just upgrades all the components and everything, right, is $125, and its estimated delivery is December of this year, so July of next year. It's about what we're looking at.
Yeah, hopefully. At this point.
Yeah. But that's it for crowdfunding, huh?
That is it for crowdfunding.
Okay, guys. Well, that's all we got for you because there's just 2 of us right now. But hopefully you enjoyed it enough, and it's scratching that little itch that you got because we
messed up.
Yeah, we messed up. It happens. Anyway. Anyway, don't forget to, like Spencer said, check out our sister channels. We got a miniatures rundown, a Pokemon rundown, and a Magic the Gathering rundown. I believe that's all we have right now. I don't know. My memory's terrible.
Board game mechanics?
Yep, and then we got board game mechanics. They're
pretty good, right?
Yeah. I'm not going to say their catchphrase. They're okay.
They're pretty okay.
But yeah, check them out. They are very good. We just saw they were, I don't know who did it, but some website listed their top 80 board game podcasts, and Board Game Mechanics is on there in like the 40s, I think. So congratulations, guys. Awesome. That's awesome. But anyway, though, with all that out of the way, I'm in Dan.
I've been Spencer.
And this is the Board Game Rundown, and we'll see you next time, I guess.
Yeah. Thanks for checking out the Board Game Rundown. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Share our videos on social media and spread the word. We publish new content weekly, including reviews, unboxing, and Let's Plays. And as always, thanks for watching.